Aloha namaste, welcome in. My name is Matt, and we are going to be practicing some inner work yoga today, where we practice to heal from the inside out. The goal and the theme of today's class is to move through any grief or loss that is stuck in our body and reconcile it within our consciousness so we can get back into a state of gratitude and presence. So for today's class, you will need a journal and a pen or a pencil, and that's it, your yoga mat. So go ahead and gather that up real quick. If you need to, you can pause the video and I'll meet you back on your mat. All right, settling into this class, let's just check in. One hand to heart, one hand to your belly. And just checking in with your heart, with your chest. Are you tight? Are you restricted? Checking in with the breath. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Just taking inventory of what's going on. Now, assuming you're here processing and moving through this energy, we're going to assume there's something you're carrying. There's some sort of grief. There's some sort of loss. So let's just feel into that and notice what it's doing to your body and to your breath. Let's take our first big cleansing breath. We're going to breathe from belly, ribs to chest. So big full inhale. Expand the belly, ribs, chest. Hold for a moment if you can. And exhale, chest, ribs, belly. One more. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Hold at the top if you can, and exhale in reverse. Chest, ribs, belly. Good. So just taking inventory, just feeling into how you're showing up to today's class. Next is let's also awaken the heart awareness and also the spine with some seated cat-cow. So for this, inhale, expand your chest. Start to open your heart, and exhale, round the back. Bring the shoulders in. Exhale, inhale. Expand, exhale. Cave it in. We're going to do this for a minute. Notice what your body is carrying. Notice how it feels to open and close your heart. Is one easier than the other? Where is there tightness? Where is there restriction? Does it make you feel vulnerable? Does it make you feel safe? Paying attention to all these cues from our emotional body. Inhale, exhale. You can bring the head back when you come up. Really start to exaggerate it, going faster for 20 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to neutral. All right, you should definitely be feeling like you're waking things up. The spine is getting awoken. And also your chest should start to feel like we're breaking it up. We're moving stuff around. So grab your journal, and first step, we're going to lean into what it is we're carrying. We need to acknowledge it. In order to move forward, we need to truly acknowledge something within us is wanting us to acknowledge and address it so that we can learn what the lesson is for us, the wisdom. So first is, the prompt starts with, I lost. Okay, so what I want you to focus on is, what is it that you feel like you're carrying that you lost? A person, a time, a friend, a parent, a child, an opportunity, money, talent, ability, right? There's so many different ways that we go through as humans, loss and change, grief. So what is it that you're holding at this particular time? I want you to acknowledge it and express. What is it that you feel like you lost? Take a moment and write that down. So I lost. As you're doing this, pay attention to what it's doing to your body and to your breath, especially after we just energized and woke everything up and started to bring a lot of awareness to it. Okay. When you're done, I want you to just take a look at it and really settle into this feeling. And notice what it does to your body. Notice what it does to your mind. Notice what it's making you think about, how it's making you feel. Maybe it's bringing up certain emotions. Maybe it's making your body restrict, cave in, shorten your breath, things like this. I want you to take notice of that, because that's what the practice of yoga is all about, bringing presence to our lives. All right, so we're going to return to this at the end of class. For now, we're going to take that feeling and we're going to move through it, and we're going to transmute this and change this into a state of presence and gratitude, because the greatest teaching of loss is to embrace the inevitable change of life. And with that comes profound gratitude. So that's a journey. Let's move through it to get there. First pose, come to all fours. All right. First up is regular full cat-cow here. Inhale, head comes up, chest forward, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, press through the hands, widen the shoulder blades, and repeat. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round and cave in. Continue to do this for a minute. And same thing, most importantly, start paying attention to your energy. How does it feel to expand? How does it feel to contract? Paying attention to how your body is holding on to the grief, to the loss. Can we start to expand and open to gratitude? The biggest thing to start pondering throughout our time together is that nothing is owed to us. Nothing is entitled to us. Our life is a gift. Keep going. We got 10 more seconds here. And 3, 2, and 1. Settle back down to neutral. Take notice as we keep awakening the spine, awakening the heart center. How is it feeling? From here, press back to downward facing dog. Hips come up. Bring your feet down to the ground. If you're here in the bend, that's fine. Just start to pedal out wherever you are. Press your hands. Focus on the index and the thumb. Roll your triceps back and under. Bring your heart towards your thighs, down to the earth. And just breathe here. Again, checking in how you're feeling. Hips come up. Heart comes down. Couple cleansing breaths here. All right, on your next inhale, bring your right foot between the hands. Left knee comes down. Flip the tops of the down to the tops of your foot, your left foot. Hands come to your right knee. Chest comes up, settle here, just kind of get situated. Now you can stay here, bring your chest up. This is the first expression of the pose if this feels comfortable. Or you can bring hands up for full expression. While we're here, I want you to stabilize into your core, feeling strong and rooted to the ground. That's our humility, that's our strength. And while we're lifting up, we're expanding our heart up. If your arms are up especially, we're welcoming in all that is changing and all that is new. This is the biggest thing when we're processing loss and grief, is to be able to make peace with change. So expanding, how can I see all that comes and goes through my life as a gift? How can I be open to receiving it like a gift? Hands come down to knee first. If your hands were extended, frame the foot again. Flip the toes back under on your left foot and step back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Hips come up. Press your heart towards the thighs, towards the earth. And left foot comes between the feet. Right knee down. Hands to your left knee. Same thing. Stabilize. Flip the back foot under. Tops of the foot down. Lift your heart up. Same thing. First expression's here. Stabilize. Feel yourself rooted into the earth. Full expression. Bring your arms up. Chest is up. Look up. Welcoming in all that is new, all that is different, all the change that life brings. Very like humble pose. Looking up towards the divine. Thank you. I surrender also simultaneously to all that changes, all that comes and goes from my life. But I would not have it any other way. This is the biggest thing for us to contemplate when it comes to grief and loss. We sometimes feel the pain of the loss. We get so lost focusing on the loss. We focus on it so much that we forget that it is all a gift. And I would rather love and lose than to never have that love in the first place, right? That is our focus today. Bring hands back down to knees, frame the foot, press back, downward facing dog, pedal it out. Couple cleansing breaths. Heart towards the earth. Humble submission. Thank you for all that I get to enjoy. Nothing is owed to me. Come down to your knees. And then make your way down to the floor. So first we're going to do baby cobra here to start. Hands are down by your side. Tuck your feet in, zip the legs up. Tops of the feet are pressing down, so much so that your kneecaps lift. Elbows are back. Traction your hands to pull you up for baby cobra. Lift your chest. Strong back. I can handle the changes of my life. I can handle the changes of my life. It's worth it. Come down. Right cheek to the mat. Okay, take a moment just to breathe. Next, we're going to head into a full expression. So come back neutral. Tops of the feet pressing down, kneecaps lifted. Arms are in tight, hands traction back, and you're going to lift up. Now, you're going to go at the level of your comfort. Stop when you reach that threshold for you. Full extension is arms reaching, pressing down, chest lifting, head comes up, look up, feel your strength. I can handle the changes of my life. If this is too much, another option to try a full extension is to come into seal pose. Hands come out, pointing at a 45-degree out. Feet come wide, and we come up also. Either variation, hold for just one more breath. Exhale, come all the way down. Big back bend. Just take a moment and breathe to recover. Thank you for all that I get to experience. Nothing is owed to me. I'm so grateful for the experiences of my life. All right, from here, come back. This is going to be bow pose, a little more extreme. First variation is you can do here, one at a time, one leg at a time. That would be the most entry level for you. Or if we want to go ahead and try for both, bring your hands to your outsides of the feet and just take a moment to prepare. On your next inhale, kick up, kick back, extend. Notice if you're breathing into the belly, try to keep your hips planted. Breathe into the chest, expand your chest, kick back, look up. Exhale, come down. Let's do one more. So it's a big stretch. Huge heart opening. Beautiful pose. Here we go. Come back, neutral. All right. Feet engaged, hands engaged. Here we go. Kick back, look up. Chest comes forward. Smile. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And exhale, release the feet. Hands come down, palms up. Just breathe. Humble supplication. Thank you for this life. Thank you for all the experiences I get to have. Very good. All right, bring your hands on the mat. Press back into child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide. Press your hips back. Let's counter all that back bending. Humble supplication. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Although the changes of life can bring pain, I'm so grateful for all the time, all the precious memories, all the things I get to enjoy. All right, make your way up for camel pose. All right, while we're in this pose, what I want you to do is think of all the good memories with this thing that you are grieving, whatever it is that you're holding on to. I want you to really hold on to all the good that came with it. Start thinking about that as well, because often our mind, when we're going through grief, is always only focusing on what we lost rather than all that we gained. So tops of the feet, or sorry, not tops of the feet, toes down, heels up, hands to your low back for support, chest is lifted. Here's the first stage of the pose right here, baby. Just enjoy this. This is it. This is great. If it feels comfortable to keep going, bring your hands to your heels and make your way down nice and slow. Hip points come forward, arch the back, chest lifted. If you can, even bring the head back. Complete surrender, supplication. Thank you for all these beautiful memories, all these amazing experiences I get to have. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Smile in gratitude. One more breath. And slowly come out of it. Bring your hands to your low back for support. Coming out and lower down. Sitting on the tops of the feet. Hands come up. Close your eyes. Just think about all this beauty. Think about all that is good. Think about all that came from whatever it is that has had to change, that we've lost, and that has moved on. See all that it gave you. At bare minimum, every experience, every loss always gives us greater wisdom and maturity. It gives us compassion. It gives us presence. There is always a blessing and a teacher in every experience. All right, transitioning our next pose, hero's pose. So big toes to touch, knees come wide. Keep your knees on the mat the entire time. First stage of the pose, fingers pointing away from your body, hands pointing away from your body. Chest lifted right here. It's the first stage. This is great. Breathing into this, plenty of expansion. While you're here, same thing. I want you to keep cultivating the memories of all the beauty, all the gratitude, all that is good in this experience of change and loss that you've gone through. If this is comfortable, keep lowering down. You can come down to forearms, resting here, or if it's in your practice, making your way all the way down, doing your best to keep your knees on the mat the whole time. Breathing into this here. Full extension would be arms overhead. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Humble submission. I accept the changes of my life. I accept with every change comes a beautiful gain. On the other side of every loss is something beautifully given to us. Our mind focuses on the pain and it forgets to see all that was given to us. A couple more breaths. Really cultivating all the beautiful memories. All that was given. Imagining that none of it was owed to you. Imagine you could have had none of it. It really helps us move into this different mindset. Slowly coming out of it. If you're all the way down, first come to the forearms. Make your way up, nice and slow. It can be a little awkward, that's okay. And come up and take a moment here. Just settling in. It's a lot of back bending. Plant the hands. Step back for downward facing dog. Take your time. There's no rush. Pedaling it out. Listening to your body. We're doing a lot of movement today. Now the beautiful thing is I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone, but it's raining outside. So that is actually really perfect and appropriate for releasing and washing us clean. Take a seat. Bring your feet together. Knees wide for cobbler's pose. It's round your spine. So as I'm sitting here, it's raining outside, and I just imagine the rain running over us, cleansing us, resetting us, cleansing our perspective, cleansing our view of change, Every human must make peace with change. It's all of our calling. It's all of our work. No one's immune. No one's immune. Let it wash you down, seeing the beauty of it. Releasing any perspective that brings us that pain and attachment. Moving into gratitude instead. All right, slowly make your way up. Bring your knees in. I'm going to give myself a little more room here because we're going to rock and roll and move into plow pose. So first, knees in. Let's just rock and roll the spine. Front and back. Nice and slow and controlled, rolling out the spine. It's kind of just rolling with the changes of life, baby. Good. One more, and on your next one, let's bring hands to the low back. Feet come overhead for plow pose. Tuck your elbows in as best you can. Hands to the low back for support. And just let yourself flip your perspective. This is not a perspective we often probably have. So allow yourself to let that be a metaphor. Let that be our opportunity to change how we're viewing this loss. Breathe for one more moment. And exhale, slower, lower down, one vertebra at a time. Good. Laying here for a moment. If you can hear the rain, it is just rinsing us right now. We are being cleansed energetically and emotionally and being reset. Next pose. Hands diamond underneath your sacrum for fish pose. Okay, feet are together. Bring yourself up onto your forearms. Okay, so a lot of the weight is there in your forearms. Tilt your head back nice and gently. Bring the crown of the head down to the floor. Lift your chest. Again, just more supplication. Imagine yourself just being rinsed with the rain right now, just running over you, cleansing your heart, bringing you back to a state of beauty, seeing the beauty of life, the constant change. And on your next inhale, come out of the pose, release, exhale. All right. Just take a moment and lay here, feeling all the changes, feeling all the movement that we've done so far. Palms can come up. Beautiful. All right, final few movements of the class. First is a twist. Bring your right leg over the left. Arms come wide. Let's wring out the emotions, wring out the loss. Bring your head to the right, looking to the right, legs to the left. Wringing out the spine, wringing out our perspective. How can we see all the good, all the growth, all the opportunity that has ever come to us with every change, with every loss? The pain of loss is not in the change. The pain of loss is in the attachment to it not changing, and in the fixation on the pain, on the loss, rather than all that was given to us. Come back to center. Switch legs, left over right. Arms are still wide. Bring your legs down to the right. Look over to your left. We forget, our ego gets really entitled and attached to this life and its experiences. We have to be able to go beyond that ego reaction, that instinctual attachment, and instead have higher awareness, to be grateful that none of this is owed to us. Every person, every place, every experience, it's all a gift. And if we have this perspective, we can grieve with gratitude. Legs come back to neutral. Come down into Shavasana, palms up. Feet can fall open. Grieving with gratitude. It's okay that we cherish, that we miss things, opportunities, people. age, our youth, it's okay. It's okay that we miss that. It's part of cherishing something. Where we get stuck is when we are unable to see the beauty of moving forward. That's where we get stuck. We have to be able to balance the two. We enjoy and cherish people, experiences, but also allow them to leave us. While you're here, eyes closed, I'm going to read from the Inner Workbook some affirmations for moving through grief and loss. I am grateful for every moment I get to enjoy. Just let these affirmations settle into your heart. Maybe repeat them to yourself. I take nothing for granted. Life is a gift. I am entitled to nothing. People, places, and experiences will come and go. I allow people the freedom to come in and out of my life, and I honor the precious time we have together. I allow my life to flow through me. If you can hear the rain, just let it rinse us back into a state of present. I am present with this moment. Everything changes, and it's beautiful. I let go of my attachments. Things change for reasons I may never understand, but I trust in the goodness of life. I look forward to change with optimism. That's a huge one. Our mind thinks if something's changing, it can only be worse. It's very paranoid. The ego is very paranoid. Instead, we have to say, what if it just keeps getting better? What if it's okay? Slowly open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, your toes. And when you're ready, roll over to your left, fetal position. Oh, thank you for this life. Top hand helps press you up. Come back to a seat. Grab your journal. Just settling into this moment. Wow. Checking back in with heart and belly, with your heart and your breath. Big cleansing breath. Inhale all the way down to your belly. Ribs, chest expands. And exhale in reverse. Chest, ribs, belly. One more. Inhale, expand all the way down to the belly. Ribs, chest, full. Hold for a moment if you can. And exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Beautiful. Open your eyes. Oh, hello, Gracie. This is my precious little kitty that, speaking of change, just randomly came into our life as a stray. I am extremely allergic to him, but that's what love does. You make it work. So let's take a moment. It's on the topic of loss. Get your journal, get your pencil or pen. I have to accept, things like pets. I actually embrace thinking of how precious it is that, one day I know that I'm going to outlive him, but it makes every moment I get with him so precious, and I know that. And that's part of what this class is all about, is bringing awareness to when you embrace change, when you embrace loss, you become profoundly present and grateful for every moment. Our ego thinks I shouldn't be okay with change, I shouldn't be okay with loss, because it thinks somehow that's like condoning or agreeing with it or something. But there's a beautiful paradox that happens. As soon as you embrace it, you claim all the true gift and power from it, which is to be present, which is to be profoundly in love, and to actually be fully immersed in your life without taking anything for granted. So with that being said, with Grayson giving us his beautiful little angel blessing, let's now write under the prompt, I gained and was blessed by, or with. I gained and was blessed with. Now, this is where I want you to flip the narrative, reframe this, and see if none of it was owed to you, what was all the beauty that came from that? What was all the presence? What was the maturity, the wisdom, the greater compassion, the fun, the laughter? What was all that you gained? Let's take a moment and write and focus on that. I gained and was blessed with. Do your best to expand your heart as you do this. Again, checking in with how the body feels as we focus on this. Beautiful. I don't know about you, but this is exciting to write and focus on. This is what it's all about. Now, I feel like I could keep writing for 5 more minutes, so if you want, please keep doing it. But for the sake of concluding this class, let's just take a moment and look at the difference. Because what we're really looking at here is the difference of the ego and the soul, the ego and higher consciousness. The ego fixates on entitlement and loss. It resists life. The soul looks at every blessing. Everything's a gift. Nothing is owed to me. This whole life is a gift. Everything is seen with gratitude. Everything is turned into something beautiful. Everything is seen as an opportunity for greater love. Everything is seen as a blessing. These two perspectives is the difference between suffering and liberation, suffering and true freedom and lasting happiness. It comes down to what we let ourselves dwell upon. So with that, and the rain completely cleansing us, I hope that you could hear it through the mic for this class. That was so beautiful. Thank you for joining me. I really hope this helped. If you ever need to, come back and move through that emotion again and do the same process. Namaste.